So just a little bit about me. I'm with Keller Williams Boise, and I work with my husband. He's the agent. I'm kind of his catch-all admin. Um, and I have over 6 years of experience running businesses, management, everything social media and marketing, and just about 3 of those in real estate working together with Gabriel. So I'm super excited to teach you guys this. There's a lot of info that's going to come your way to kind of help you set up your profiles, what to be posting, why social media is important. And then I'm going to leave you guys with a couple files to help you get going. So why social media? The NAR did a study on social media that 99%, excuse me, of millennials are beginning their home search online, and 77% of realtors are actively using social media for real estate. And of those, 47%, so we're almost at 50, have said that social media accounts are accounting for their highest quality leads right now. So social media is like an untapped lead generation source for a lot of people, which is why it's so important that you guys get on social media and you're utilizing it effectively. So we're going to talk about kind of some different platforms that we've got, because it's not just Facebook and Instagram. And you can really pick platforms that resonate with you and your business. Twitter, I think a lot of people are familiar with it. Super fast paced. If you guys are going to be using Twitter, you have to be on it virtually all day long. You thrive on retweeting, on liking other people's tweets. Did you let that guy in real quick? Okay, perfect. But the average age is going to be like your first time home buyers, 18 to 29 years old. So super young demographic right now on Twitter. Pinterest, a lot of us are familiar with that as well. But it moves really slowly for marketing. So if you're going to use it as a lead source, Pinterest is probably not the best option to go with. YouTube, if you can sit and make YouTube videos, you're going to excel in marketing. YouTube is an awesome place to be. There's so many people on it. It's one of the most widely used video platforms, but it takes a lot of time to create those videos. And you want to be posting high quality videos, which most of the time means hiring out like an audio person, a video person, an editing person to put those videos up for you. LinkedIn is great. I hear a lot of people push for LinkedIn. My husband will tell you, he pushes for it, and I hate using LinkedIn for business lead purposes because it's so business oriented. You're going to catch investors, people who need commercial space. So if you're interested in commercial and that's a part of your business plan, LinkedIn is definitely a social platform that you want to be using. But in terms of just plain social media marketing, probably not the one you want to go with. So the two most important are going to be Facebook and Instagram. Facebook is great because it's the most widely used platform in the world. It's got 2.7 billion users, and it's all information based, and it skews older. So a lot of people who are going to be buying homes or reselling homes, you're going to catch them on Facebook. And people are on Facebook 24/7. People are on it all the time. And same with Instagram. Instagram is really visual based. If you are not on Instagram, which I cannot believe anybody wouldn't be at this point, it's all about posting photos and then captions underneath those photos to gain attention. So if your photos aren't good, your Instagram's not going to be good. So we're going to talk about primarily Facebook and Instagram. As you kind of set up your social media plan, you're going to want to stick to just 2 or 3 platforms, and really just 2 to get going. Anything more than that is going to overwhelm you. So we're going to primarily focus on these 2, and I'm going to run you guys through setting up your Facebook and your Instagram, kind of bare minimum setup, just so you can think about where you guys are at now and making sure you have these like main markers complete on your profiles. Okay, so let's start with Facebook. Facebook, you guys are going to be using a Facebook business page, not your personal pages, to start. So if you haven't gone to Facebook and made a Facebook business page that looks something like this, you're going to want to do that. It's super simple. The most important thing to keep in mind as you guys are setting up your social media profiles across the board is to match your URLs for everything. So for us, being data-driven real estate, our website is datadriven208.com. Our handle on Facebook is datadriven208. Our handle on Instagram is datadriven208. It's the same on Twitter. So what that does for you guys is it boosts your Google Analytics rating. So if someone comes in and they Google Keller Williams agent Boise, or, realtor in Boise, as we start to go through the listings on Google and those search results, people who have their URLs all matched together rank higher on Google, which is what you want. So if you start looking at your Facebook, start looking at Instagram, even your website, and it does not match your name across the board, you want to change that first thing. Second to that are things in your about section and your hours and your address. So if your address doesn't match across the board, if your hours don't match across the board, you got to get those all looking the same. So once you guys create your Facebook business page, there's construction trucks driving by. Once you guys create your Facebook business page, make sure you fill in your about section. You add some photos like your logo, like a headshot, your little cover photo, which is what people first see up here when they log into Facebook. Make sure that that is same across the board and that you get those uploaded. And then set up a call to action button, which is this little guy right here. So on Facebook, they have some predetermined call to action buttons that you can hit book now, and it links to a calendar where people can actually go in and set up like a listing appointment with you, a buyer consult with you, phone call. You can set the hours that you're available, and it shares to your calendar on your phone or desktop, and you can approve and confirm those appointments. So super nice. Book now is that option. And then there's like a learn more button that you can direct people to your website and things like that. So this is like the first thing people are going to look at when they hit your Facebook page. So make sure that you guys have that set up too. And then once you get all that done, so important, this is the most important step, share the crap out of your Facebook page. Share it to your friends, to your family, share it on your personal page, put it in your newsletter, put it on your Instagram once you get that set up, and vice versa, to just get people over to your Facebook page, get them liking it, and get them following that business page. And then let's see, I pulled an example from your guys' market center and kind of whited out some stuff. So hopefully you can't see too badly whose this is, But this is a great example of a well set up Facebook business page. She's got her cover photo, and it's the one of the best you can do because she's gunning for those referrals. She's got her name here, and it says realtor, associate, doing business as, and she has her business name. You don't really need all of that information, but it's great that she has it because it's consistent across the board for her. She's got her address in here. Her about section is really filled out. It says exactly where she is, that she's selling the Jersey Shore. She's a top producer in your area, what she specializes in. She's got her website that matches her name, which is great. Her phone number's on here, her hours are on here. It says that, her company is real estate, which is awesome. And I know that we have a couple lenders and some other people on here who aren't exactly in real estate. So as you guys are thinking about this for you too, you're going to modify it to whatever company or career you're in, because this is going to be standard across the board. But this is just a really great example of someone in your area who has done a good job setting up their Facebook business page. Okay, Instagram. Instagram is my favorite. I'm a millennial, so I love Instagram. And it's where I hub all of our marketing out of. This is the number one thing for you to do. Set up a business or an influencer account. So a lot of us will run our Instagrams just as we're normal people on a personal page, which is great. But in Instagram settings, you can change that up to be a business profile or an influencer account. And it gives you a little bit of leeway on how the Instagram algorithm rates your images and rates your content. And then you can do some cooler stuff in terms of filling out your bio and sharing links and things like that. So same thing as Facebook, match your Instagram name to all of your other platforms. Super, super important. And then when you create your bio, you want to have as much information in it as possible without having too much info, because no one's really going to stop and read it. They just want those highlights. Using things like emojis and some different text options are great to capture people's attention. But most importantly, make sure you have your phone number and your contact information in your bio. This right here, this link.bio, is where you would fill out your website or a link tree. And we have a link tree. And what that does is when you click on this, it brings up a cute little page that says, if you want to visit our website, click here. If you want to search for homes, click here. We highlight a couple different blog posts in there, and I switch them out based on what we're posting about. So you can kind of direct people different ways through one link. And it's a great way to capture people as well. And then connect your Facebook or your Instagram to Facebook. So for those of you who don't know, Facebook actually owns Instagram. And so they're one big giant platform that just function a little bit differently and look a little bit differently. So you can connect the two together. And when you go and post on Instagram, you can auto post to your Facebook page so that it makes it super easy for you to be posting consistently on both platforms. And then same as your Facebook, you're going to go find friends, find clients, find like accounts to yours, things that you're interested in, and follow those people, start liking their photos, start commenting on it to gain your follower count. And then same thing, share, share, share. Put your Instagram link in your newsletters, put it everywhere you can so that you bring people to your Instagram to give you a like and a follow. Okay. So once you guys get all of these set up, your Facebook and your Instagram, you're going to follow what I call the social media BCEs. And what that is your branding, which is the look and feel of your business, the content, what you're posting and providing to the public, and engagement, how you connect with people on those social media platforms. Okay, so let's start with branding. The goal of branding is to create a cohesive and consistent look that represents your business. Think of things that you want people to associate you with. So for us, we're data driven. Gabe is super analytical. That's kind of his math and statistical analysis is like his nerdy thing that he loves. So that's what we built our business around. If you guys love old homes, you can kind of create your whole brand around old historic homes. Being in the Jersey Shore, if you're all about coastal and beach life, you can do that as well. Your goal is basically across every single platform of social media, across all your physical marketing, your buyer and listing guides, your flyers and newsletters, your website, your logo, it should all look and feel the same so that people start associating you with that brand. This is ours. We stick to 4 color schemes, the black, white, and 2 shades of green. It's in our logo. It's in our headshot photos. Gabe's wearing black and white. We're sitting on a green couch. We've got whitewashed brick. It's all fitting in. And we use the Keller Williams logo that's black and white and gray so that fits into our aesthetic as well. And then this is our little like house photo that we use on all of our print marketing that fits into our brand. So when people see the green, they see the data-driven stuff, they see our headshots, they know exactly what company they're going for. And this is what you guys want to kind of spend some time, if you haven't already, setting up your brand. And if you are like a KW lifer, you're going to be with Keller Williams for life, you can hop on board their branding and it makes it super easy for you. You can use all the red and all the black and all the things that Keller Williams provides for you guys and make it really simple on yourself. These are some examples on Instagram of branding and what it can do aesthetically for your profile. So first we've got ours, right? We're following the black and the white and the green. We try to use photos that are kind of like light and airy and fit in with that aesthetic. The Altman brothers, I don't know if anyone is a fan of $1 Million Listing. Josh Altman, they sell high-end homes in the LA area. So their branding on Instagram is zero text. It's all luxury listings. The photos are very high resolution. They're edited very well. And they all kind of have like this sunset, super pleasing, you want to live in LA and have billions of dollars lifestyle to them. And that's their branding on Instagram. This girl I found on Instagram and I'm now obsessed with her. She calls herself the real estate matchmaker, which I think is super cute. And her brand is all about her helping you fall in love with your home. And her color is teal. So you can see in her Instagram profile, she's got tons of selfies because she's the main star of her business. And she's highlighting that teal blue color in every single one of her posts. So she's staying consistent to her branding and it's visually appealing. There's not a lot of text. There's not low quality photos, which we'll kind of talk about in terms of content too. But these are all great examples of branding your business. Okay, so content. This is the bulk of everything that you guys want to be doing. The goal of your content is to become the local real estate expert that people know, like, and trust. You want to be the person that they find on Instagram, find on Facebook, and you're posting these things that are connecting with them. And they say, hey, this guy really knows his stuff. I really like his vibe. I'm going to reach out to him about buying a home. That's the whole goal of the content that you're posting on social media. With that, trust is the most important aspect that you're trying to build in your marketing. And that is our little trust triangle. There's 3 aspects that go into it. The most important being authenticity. If you guys are posting on social media, it's highly important that you're posting as yourself, that you're showing your personality, because people are going to work with you because they like you. If they get to you, like they find you on Facebook, they set up a listing appointment, you come out to their home or they come to your office and they're like, wait a second. This guy posted that he loves going to the beach, that he is all about Jersey Shore, that he loves our area. He's the local expert, seems like a super chill guy. And then they get to your office and there's like nothing about Jersey. He's posting, like, his office has stuff about where he's from in Washington and he loves different sports teams. Like, you have to be posting authentically as yourself to gain that trust with people. Then there's logic and empathy that go in there. Empathy, people want to start caring about you so that they like you and they use you. So as you guys think about content, you're going to think about showing your personal life as well. So selfies are great. They show people what you look like. Posting about your family, where you love to eat, things like that are creating empathy with people so that they feel connected to you. And the logic part comes in where you're giving them content for things that can essentially change their life for the better. So why is it great for them to buy a house right now with mortgage rates? Why is the Jersey Shore the area that they should want to live in? What's cool about that? You're using logic to create that trust with people that you know what you're talking about. Okay, so when it comes to what to post, there's so much you guys can be posting about. Number 1 tip, stop posting all about business. We're going to go over the 80-20 rule in a second, but you guys want to be posting a wide variety of things. So property photos, when you get a new listing, highlight the exterior, take some interior photos and post those on Facebook and Instagram as well. Market reports, whether those are monthly or weekly, just data about what's happening in the real estate market in your area. Milestones, whether those are personal, like if you just ran a marathon and it was the fastest you've ever run in your life and you got a medal, post that on Instagram and Facebook. People love that kind of thing. And those can be career milestones. So if you are a top producer or you get an award, post about that. Post about decor and design and find things that are inspiring or cool for people to look at. Local events and businesses in your area. If you're out having coffee, take a picture of your coffee, take a picture of the coffee shop that you're at, and post about it so that people start associating you with being a local expert who goes and does things in your area. Clients is a huge thing to post about. People love seeing other people's successes in a real life setting. So pictures of you guys at the closing table, those pictures everybody takes when they buy a home in front of their house with the sold sign and they're all excited. post those to your social media. Those are super easy content posts that people are going to flock to and really enjoy seeing. Events in your area, all of this stuff is great ideas for stuff you guys should be posting. And I'm actually at the end of this going to send over a document that's 30 days of post content. So whether you bust it all out in 30 days or you kind of separate it out, doesn't matter, but you're going to have some really good ideas of what you should be posting as you get your social media set up. Okay, the 80-20 rule. If you guys are familiar with this, it's your guideline for kind of all aspects in your life. So you use it in the way you operate your business, what you do in your life, and when it comes to marketing, you're going to use this rule as well. 80% of what you post on social media should be valuable content that people enjoy and people associate you with that trust. So those are your design ideas. Those are your milestones, your business, when you're out and about and you're highlighting a business. Those things fall into the 80% of valuable content. Your 20% sales are your straight up market reports. Hey, buy this house. I'm hosting an open house and you're going to post about that. Those things are your 20%. You don't want to be selling all the time because that's a big turnoff for people, especially first-time home buyers or younger home buyers who just don't want to be inundated with that salesmanship all of the time. So sticking to that 80-20 rule is super important as you guys post on social media. Now, the way around this is writing valuable captions. So if you want to be posting more than 20% business things, you're going to be sneaky and sell people in your captions, especially on Instagram. So every photo you guys post on Instagram has a caption that goes with it. And you have to type those out and be a little bit creative on what you're posting. This one right here was an open house that Gabe did in the kind of historic north end of Boise. And instead of just being like, hey, we're hosting this open house, here's the time and dates, and come see it. We posted this house. It was back in October where it was perfect fall weather. So we were like, fall in love with the north end. People love the north end of Boise, but it's really expensive. So this grabbed a lot of people's attention. We linked it over to our Instagram stories where we kind of had more information about what the house was and how it looked. But this grabbed people's attention to be like, oh, I do love the North End. Everyone in Boise loves the North End. I wonder if this house is for sale. And we got a couple messages, got a couple comments on this post that people wanted more info on it. So it looks like you're 80%, but it's actually your 20% in the sneaky way of having a caption. Same thing with this one. It's Gabe's wonderful headshot. That's my husband. And you're like, great, personable. That's his selfie. Got you with the caption. Down here, we're talking about homeowner statistics and creating wealth through home ownership. So that got people talking as well because, hey, who doesn't want wealth, right? So caption writing, it takes a little bit of time to get it down, and you do want it to be aesthetically pleasing. And it's a little bit different than if you're just writing a Facebook post. People on Facebook are super used to having all the information given to them first because it's an information-based platform. Instagram, it's about visual. So you're posting that photo and you have to get them right off the bat with a good caption hook. And that's this first line in your caption. So we used like a different text on Instagram. So it was all pretty. We used some emojis, which caught people's attention. And after that first line on Instagram, you have to hit a little button that extends out your caption. So if you don't grab people within that first line, they're just going to keep scrolling. So front load your captions, put the most important thing or the most eye-catching thing first. Then you're going to start telling a story using your voice and using descriptive words, not just like, hey, I ate this delicious burrito at this local taco shop. Like you're going to be like, this massive burrito that had the most tender steak and green guacamole. Like you want to just totally use those descriptive words that get people to read your story. And then rethink your call to action. Instagram and Facebook do not want people leaving their app. As they're on there scrolling, they want people on there doing that for the longest amount of time possible. So to get someone to stop and read your post is a big feat. It's a big accomplishment on especially Instagram. To get them to then read your caption and want to take action is huge. So you don't want to just direct people off of your app. So you don't want to be like, hey, click the link in our bio for more information on this house, or head to our website to search for homes. That's pulling people off the app. And that's not what people are going to statistically do. So what you want to do instead is rethink your call to action to get people to stay on the platform by encouraging them to shoot you a DM, a direct message, or to comment below so that people are staying on the app and you can comment right back to them, or you see that they like your post and you can go message them. That's part of the engagement aspect of social media. Number 4 for caption writing, type out captions first. Do not type your captions directly on Instagram or Facebook unless you're short for time. The Notes app on your iPhone or a Word document, something like that, is a lot better to start writing your caption on, because you can check for grammar mistakes, spelling mistakes. That's where you add in like these fancy fonts and things like that. Those aren't available directly on Instagram. You have to copy and paste a pre-written caption. So start that somewhere else and then copy and paste it to Instagram or to Facebook. And then number 5, break up your text. So avoid the long paragraphs. If people see a lot of text, they don't want to read through it all. If you chop it up like this little guy over here, it's short and sweet. There's some bold text, there's some emojis. It's a lot more visually appealing. So psychologically, you sit and you're going to read that caption because it seems short and sweet. Okay. So you guys have how to get your branding started, what you should be posting on Instagram and Facebook. So let's talk about when to post. Instagram and Facebook run off an algorithm where theoretically they have better times to post based on when people are using the app. And that on Facebook is Monday through Friday between 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. People are on Facebook on the side when they're working all the time. If they need a little mind break, they hop on social media to mindlessly scroll. On the weekends, they're out doing stuff. They're not statistically on social media as much. Prime time on Facebook and really on Instagram too is your lunch times, where people are starting to get that midday burnout or are stepping away from their computer screens and things like that, and they're going to be scrolling on their phones. Instagram, if you can post first thing in the morning, or again, catch that lunchtime, you're going to be golden in terms of how many people see your Instagram and Facebook posts.
I have a quick question.
Yeah.
Your story on Facebook, is that different? Does that get posted to Instagram?
When you post a story on Facebook or Instagram, if your profiles are linked, you can hit a little button that will automatically share it to the other platform.
Okay,
So
thank you.
yeah, it makes it super easy. It kind of sucks that Facebook bought Instagram, but it makes it, in terms of posting and sharing content, a lot easier.
Mhm.
So with Facebook and Instagram, there used to be kind of an old saying that like you had to post at least once a day. And if you weren't posting once a day, your profile was not going to gain traction. People weren't going to look at you. A lot of marketers even wanted you to post multiple times a day on Facebook and Instagram. That's not necessary anymore because they changed the way that the algorithm works. And on both Facebook and Instagram, what they do now is when you post something, it goes out to people who like your stuff most often, and kind of a small percentage of people see it. If that small percentage of people like your post, they start commenting on it, they engage with it, then Facebook and Instagram on the back end say, hey, this is kind of a valuable post and people like it. And so they widen the audience that it goes to on the timeline feeds. So that kind of takes away the urgency of having to post all of the time. So right now, if you post 3 times a week on social media, you're pretty golden. You don't have to do much more than that as long as you're engaging with people. And we'll talk about that next. The only caveat to this is Instagram and Facebook have stories now, right? Those are real-time things you can post super fast. They only stay up for 24 hours on each platform. And when you log on to Facebook or Instagram, they're right there at the top. That's the first thing that those companies want you to see when you log in. So while you only have to do a post 3 times a week, you should be posting to your story every single day. And those can be as simple as sharing a quote from a different profile. You can put that on your story, sharing, the sunrise or the sunset, sharing where you're eating breakfast, sharing what you're doing for work. Like if you take a picture of this little Zoom that you're on and you're like learning about social media and you post that on your story, people see that you're active. It's super quick and easy for you to do. And that's how you're really hooking people right now, is through those social media stories. Okay. Excuse me. So, how to systematize your social media. There's a lot to it. It's going to be very overwhelming at first if you haven't been doing any of this before, and it's a lot to keep up with. It's overwhelming. So you're probably like, if you're like me, you're going to take all this information, you're going to be like, great, my social media is going to be fire. Everyone's going to love it. I'm going to get all these leads. And then a week or two into it, you're like, I don't know what to post anymore. Like, I don't have any more content. I'm sick of messaging people and it getting nowhere. So that's where your system comes into play. And then once you get this down, you can pawn it off too. If you're an agent, pawn it off onto your admin. You can hire this out to companies. There's so many people who help you with your social media. But ultimately, what you want to do is sit down and create a grid plan. And you're going to create this essentially for Instagram. And then it's going to copy over to Facebook. And it's going to give you all your Facebook posts that you need. Your Instagram grid plan, this is a sample right here. Instagram, when you go to someone's profile, it's blocked out in 3 rows of photos. And this grid plan follows the 80-20. If you divide these 9 posts by the 2 selling posts, it's like 22%. So it falls right into there. Personal, would be like your selfie or your breakfast or whatever. Your selling marketing posts, a shareable content Like if you hopped on the Bernie meme trend, that's shareable content. People love those like really quick, funny things that people want to share with friends. And then your value. So those are your design tips, your cool homes, things around town, businesses you want to highlight. Those are pieces of value. Once you kind of come up with this grid and what your system looks like, there's two fantastic apps that you guys should be using to help you systematize. First one is Canva. If you guys are not on Canva, if you are not paying for the pro account, which is like $13 a month, you should add it to your budget. Canva, I made my presentation in Canva. You can make marketing materials for print. You can make social media posts, and they have all this stuff for you that's pre-sized. So you know it's going to look good on Instagram. You know it's going to look good on Facebook. They have copyright free photos you can use. So if you're like, oh, I don't have a photo of the beach today, you can go in on Canva and type in beach on their photography and use a stock photo that you're not going to get in trouble for using. So Canva is like the ultimate place to be right now. And Canva was also bought out by Facebook. So you can directly link your Facebook and your Instagram to Canva now, and they have a content calendar where you can schedule all of your posts to automatically post for you, and you can see what they're going to look like on your Instagram grid. So if you're on there creating a selling post and you're getting ready to post it, and it shows up right here as your next posted photo, you can say, oh, wait, I just posted a selling post yesterday. I need some content in between to break that up. You can plan out aesthetically what your grid is going to look like on Canva. And you can also do that on Command. Command, I don't know if you guys are using that pretty much on your market center. You know, some are and some aren't. I love Command for what it's intended or what it wants to be. Command, when it's fully functioning and they work out all the bugs and stuff, it's going to blow everything out of the water for you as a KW agent. There's some glitches and things right now that are a little bit annoying to work with. We all know that. But their design and their social media planning aspect of Command is awesome. And it makes your life so much easier. It's got the same thing. You can go in like you would on Canva and create posts. There's pre-set templates and things like that that the wonderful people at KW have already put together for you. And you can just stick your name on it and share that. They have tons of templates for you. They have tons of photos and things like that for you to use as well within Command. And then in terms of scheduling out your posts, there's so many sites that do this for you that you can really research each one and find out what fits your needs and what is easy for you to use. Command, again, being one of those. There's things like Later, Buffer, Hootsuite. There's so many around the internet. And what it does is it just links to your Facebook and Instagram and then auto posts for you. So once you get your content uploaded, you don't have to touch it anymore once you schedule it to post. And that includes writing your captions. So you pre-write them and it just posts the entire thing for you. The only thing about this when it comes to scheduling and pre-planning your stuff is you do have to sit down and dedicate some time to scheduling out these posts. So whether that is like an hour a day that you spend doing that, like the first week of the or last week of the month for the month ahead, or if you're really gung-ho about it, where like the last day of the month, you're going to sit for 3 or 4 hours and plan out everything for the month ahead. You can do that. You can really make it as systematized and as easy on you as you need it to be, or pawn it off on a company that you hire. So before I get to this engagement part, I'm going to hop over to Command just to show you guys this capability. We have new terms in service. We read all of that, guys. Okay, so as you're in Command, you go over here to campaigns. And this is where we will also talk about paid ads. But you can go, I've got all these videos over here. There we go. To social posts, paid ads. This is just being so much fun today. We have paid ads and they're all gone. Of course, because today is the day that I want to show you all of these. They're all gone. But on social posts, you can click these and you can see it has a calendar out here for you. So you can create a social post right here on Command. You can schedule these out. They have suggested quick posts where you're like, hey, I love this neighborhood video. I'm going to create one for my own neighborhood. Create it through Command real quick and you can post it to your profile. They've got great little stock photos and they even come with pre-written captions if you guys want to use any of those. So this is a great tool for you guys to be utilizing. Okay, and this is Canva, by the way, if you guys are not already using it. It's literally a gold mine and I use it for everything. Okay, so let's talk about engagement. This is the most important part of social media. If you have your branding in check, if you are posting regularly, you're halfway there. But if that's all that you're doing, you're not going to get any leads. People are not really going to be following you and liking your stuff on social media because you're lacking the key ingredient, which is your engagement. So the goal here is to increase social media audience in order to obtain real estate leads. And in social media, there's a long con of marketing that comes with just posting stuff and engaging with others. And there's a short con, which is immediate leads through paid ads. And we're going to talk about both of those. So how to grow your social media. Once you start posting stuff, you're going to focus on these aspects. Number one, right here at the top, no ghosts. You don't want to post something and be like, I'm starting my business social media page. It's going to be great. It's going to have tons of valuable content for you. And then you just never post again. You just ghosted. Your social media has become a ghost town and no one thinks that you're active in the business anymore. They might see a post that you posted a while ago that was highly valuable and they're like, I'm going to use Jenn as my realtor. She knows so much about Boise. And then they go to my profile off of that one post and there's very few other things. They're going to be like, is she in business anymore? Does she even does she go around Boise? Like, does she know what she's talking about besides this one post? So no ghosting. You guys have to commit to actively being a part of social media. On Facebook, groups are an awesome place to grow your page. You can join Facebook groups for real estate. There's tons of real estate Facebook groups. You can join groups based on your interests. So if you're like an avid golfer and you love to golf, go on Facebook, go to Facebook groups, type in the search bar, golf in New Jersey or Jersey Shore golf. And that's going to bring up some Facebook groups. of all these other people who love to golf. And you're going to join them and you're going to post and introduce yourself and say, hey, I'm Jen. I love to golf. I live in this area of Jersey Shore. I'm also a local realtor. That's my business. Who wants to get together for a round of golf? And you're going to post in there and you're going to start going and golfing with other people, and you're going to become their trusted real estate expert and their golfing buddy. And you just grew your Facebook from being a part of a Facebook group. Sharing is caring. The number one thing that you can do to grow your guys' social media is to share and share and share it again. Make your mom share it on her Facebook page. Make all of your team members share it on their Facebook page. If your market center can start sharing stuff posted by their agents, that's great too, because other agents in your area are going to be like, wow, he's doing really good. I'm going to go look at his Instagram and see why he's doing really good. And then they're going to like and engage with you on there. So as much as you can share it, share it. Contests are a quick fire way to grow your social media. If you run a contest on Instagram or Facebook and require people to like or follow you on Instagram or Facebook, your follower count just went way up. And what happens with contests, we're doing one for Valentine's Day, which we're giving away like a gift card for dinner, flowers, a dessert, and a local bottle of wine. And in order to win, people have to like that post, they have to share it, and they have to be following our page. So our follower count is going to get boosted. People are going to like and engage on that post, which allows our other posts in that Facebook and wonderful Instagram algorithms to be seen by more people because they think we're posting something that's just incredibly awesome. And then what happens after you run a contest is 9 times out of 10, those people don't drop off. So they'll come and like your page because they want to win something, and then they'll forget that they liked your page. And as they're scrolling through Instagram one day, they're seeing all this valuable content that you're posting or seeing a house that may fit their needs. And they don't remember why they started following you, but they did. And then you're right there in front of them. So running a contest is great. And it can even be something as simple as like a $5, well, you probably want to up it to like $25 Starbucks card for the week, or something super simple. Ads are going to be your fast fire way to grow your page. And then tagging other people and tagging other businesses. So if you guys are going to be those people who post your meals on Facebook and post on Instagram when you're out and about at a cool local spot, you're going to tag that business in your post. So if I go in Boise, we have like Barbacoa, which is an awesome Brazilian restaurant and everyone loves it. And it's like high end for Boise. So if I go to Barbacoa and I post an awesome photo of my steak that like gets set on fire on a hot rock, I'm going to tag Barbacoa in it. They're going to be like, oh, our customer posted about us. They're going to share my post on their Instagram and their Facebook to be like, hey, someone's eating cool stuff at our restaurant. And then all the people that follow Barbacoa now get to see my profile and my name. And so they may hop over, they may check you out, they may give you a like or a follow. So tagging other businesses is really a great way to grow your page. And same when it comes to tagging other people. If you guys post a client closing photo, tag your client in it with their permission. And then all their friends are going to see that post and be like, hey, she just bought a house with that realtor. I've been thinking about moving too. Like, let me check out that realtor. So tagging is great. The 3 down at the bottom are super key to how to grow your social media. You need to be yourself, you need to be authentic, and be consistent. Okay, This is kind of the last little thing we're going to talk about. Paid ads. And because it didn't pop up on command when I hopped over there, we'll stay right here. If you guys, for whatever reason, are not using command as your CRM right now, you at the very least want to be using it to run your social media ads because it links directly to your Facebook and Instagram. And then it pours all of the leads that you get into command and marks them as a Facebook or Instagram lead and what ad that came from. So you don't have to go searching for where your leads are. You don't have to put them into your database if you are using command. It's a great place to be for marketing. So for us, we had this house that was listed a couple months ago, back in November. For the first weekend it was listed, we ran an ad for 3 days. And it was like, hey, just listed this house in Boise, super great price point. Here's a couple photos of it. Over that span, almost 22,000 people saw our listing on Facebook. We ran this one only on Facebook. Where else are you going to market that 22,000 people see your item in 3 days? That's an incredibly successful ad. And of those 22,000 people, we had people who came to the open house or reached out to us directly that said, is this house still for sale? What are the details on this house? And you can pull those people in as your leads as well. But outside of that, direct people who clicked on this ad and said, give me more information. We had 78 people give us their info. And of that, 15 of those people turned into leads that are warm nurtures or people were just kind of dripping on over time. And you're going to get lucky and have maybe 1 or 2 or 3 of those leads be people who are ready to go, who saw this house and said, that's my next house. I have to get it. And they contact you directly and you get a deal off of them. One deal off of a Facebook ad that we spent, I think, $15 on total. If that gives you one lead and one closing, your ROI on a Facebook ad just got blown through the water. This is a great way and a low cost way to be advertising through social media. Same thing, like these ones, we had a plot of land, 3,400 people saw it. We got 17 leads. This listing, 4,000 people saw it. We got 40 leads off of it. So, and we're not spending probably more than $10 or $15 per ad. And it runs over the course of however you set it up. And when you set these up in command, it tells you like kind of exactly what you need to be posting to have a successful ad, and it will guide you. So if your goal is to advertise a listing, you can set one up that way. If you want to attract buyers or sellers, you can set up ads that way. And KW has done all of the background work for you to make your ad successful. So this is something that you guys really want to start using to generate business from social media because it's cheap. Like I said, your ROI, if you get 1 or 2 people, it makes the entire thing way worth it. And it's very easy to do through command. Okay, so very last thing, your keys for social media success is content plus engagement equals conversion. And you're going to do this over and over again on social media. You're going to be having consistent, valuable posts to people as your content, and it's going to look good because you guys got your branding in check. Then on top of that, you're going to start engaging with people. And that means like sharing things to your stories, sharing other people's stuff on your Facebook. But most importantly, if someone comments on your post, comment back. Get a conversation going with these people to engage with them on what you're posting. And then you're going to start converting leads and start converting people on social media. Okay. So I'm going to put some docs into the little chat box. Let me pull up Zoom real quick. Stop share. Okay. So these two docs for you guys, one is that 30 days of social media content, and the other is a summary of daily hashtags. So when you're posting on Instagram, you want to use hashtags in your caption, and there are hashtags for every day. So things like Market Monday, Testimonial Tuesday, Wisdom Wednesday, Weekend Vibes, things like that are all daily hashtags that you can use to boost your how many people see you on Instagram. So those are two little freebies for you guys. Do you guys have any questions or things about what we talked about today?
I have two questions. My first being, why do some of my posts or boosts get rejected?
Okay. So with ads, Facebook is especially, are you doing them on Facebook?
Yeah.
Really? Okay. Facebook is really picky on ads because of equal and fair housing laws. So if for whatever reason something in your ad makes Facebook think, and Facebook being their little code, so it's not normally it's not like a real person who's reviewing your ad to make sure it's okay. There's keywords and different things that are in your ad that just get run through their system automatically. And if your ad includes one of those things, they may think that you're either spamming or you're discriminating. And
Okay.
Facebook, clearly, with everything that's going on, they hate when you seem to be a spammer or using discriminatory language.
Mm-hmm.
So normally when an ad gets rejected too, it will tell you why. It will say
Okay.
there'll be like a little info thing that pops up that says like, we think you're being discriminatory for housing, or a little reminder. Sometimes they send you a reminder that's like, please take our course on fair housing.
Mm.
And then your ad will be able to be posted. So
Mm-hmm.
just be careful of using too much text in your ad too, is something that looks a little bit spammy. And then I know too that right now with Command, for whatever reason, if you're posting ads through Command, they're kind of having a glitch with Facebook where there's an unusual amount of ads that are being flagged and not being able to be posted.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that KW is working on that on the back end.
Okay. So, it would be better to go through commands to do those ads.
I
Yeah.
would 100%. Yeah.
Okay. My second question was, you had said something about doing a contest. What kind of contest?
So every state is a little bit different, depending on like what kind of freebies you can give away and stuff like that. So definitely like check the legality of your market center. But in Idaho, we have like no laws out here. It's free country, and we can post virtually anything. So for us, like we do a gift card to dinner, like 50 or $100 to a local restaurant. You can do like Valentine's Day, give away 2 dozen roses. Mother's Day, we do flower giveaways. You can really pick stuff that people, and even think about like what you would want to win from somebody. And it never has to be real estate related. So you don't have to be like, I'm giving away a free appraisal to the next person who likes this post. You don't have to do anything like that. Just nice, simple stuff that people would like to have. Does that kind of give you some ideas?
Well, that explains the giveaway, but what is the contest itself? Like, what are you inspiring them to do?
So what you're doing is you're inspiring them to win that stuff. That's the contest, is winning the giveaway. So you're going to do a post that says, hey, we're giving away this item. And in order to be entered to win the contest, the giveaway, you're going to like our post, you're going to share it on your social media, and you'll get a notification when people share your post so you can track that. And you're going to be following our account. And whatever like timeline that you set for that, if you're like, we're going to pull or pick a winner on Friday, then on Friday, you pick a winner. You can enter everyone's names in on like auto shuffle things on Google, or just kind of scroll through and land on one. You're just going to make sure that they were one of the people who shared your post within your notifications. You'll double check that. And then you can go to your followers on Instagram and on Facebook and search through and just make sure that their name comes up as someone who is following you. So giveaways and contests are the same thing.
Gotcha.
Okay. Is there any? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to speak on that. I believe in New Jersey, the maximum value you can give away is a $25 gift card. I had this conversation with Roe. And I think Stephanie, as a matter of fact, because I was trying to give away, expensive items, and they're like, no, New Jersey, you can only give away $25. So
Right.
FYI.
Fun.
Yeah.
Okay, so definitely keep that in mind when you guys are running any type of contest or giveaway, is that value limit. And if $25 is super low, you guys, that's nothing. So maybe if you can get around that in doing multiple, like you're like, I'm going to give $25 away to 4 people or to 3 people. And then that gets more people kind of interested in what you're doing, because at that price limit, that's a little sad. And I'm sorry that that's your limit. Okay. Does anybody have any other questions or anything like that?
Jan, this is Lauren Doman here in Idaho, actually. I was just wondering if are you able to share those slides at all, or is that something you want to keep to yourself?
Yeah, I can share them with you for sure.
Okay, cool.
If anybody else wants these slides, if you just want to pop your email into the chat box, I'll grab them for you and email them out to you. And Lauren, I've got your info. Okay, and then too, I was going to offer up, if you guys have a current Instagram or Facebook that you're running that you're not sure if it looks good or if your branding is quite where it needs to be or anything like that, reach out to me and I am more than happy to pull it up with you and go through why you might be missing some of these key things, so you guys can get some kind of added content and value that way.
Jen, do you want to go ahead and put all your contact information in the chat box?
Yeah, I will do that for sure.
Thank you.
Okay, so this is my email. It's going to come through. It's datadriven208, sticking on that branding, at gmail.com. And you guys can shoot me an email and we can talk about your social media, or if you guys need any advice or anything like that, reach out to me as well. And I'm more than happy to chat with you guys. And hopefully some of this info was valuable and helpful, and you have some action items that you guys can take and go do today.